Und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge Let's Play NBA 2K18 und bevor es gleich in die erste Hälfte gegen die New York Netz geht, gehen wir erstmal ins Tattoo-Studio, denn ich habe beschlossen, ich will ein Tattoo. Ich habe nämlich gesehen, es gibt auch einen Erfolg, den hätte ich gerne. Gucken wir mal, was da so zur Auswahl gibt. Servus, grüezi. Ja, ist genau. Ich lasse mir das 2K-Logo auf den Arm tätowieren, du spinnst wohl. Mal gucken. Also im wahren Leben würde ich mir niemals ein Tattoo machen lassen. Aber mal gucken. Irgendwas Cooles. Ach du Scheiße, das sind ja riesen Dinger. Ich will was Kleines. Wir gucken nochmal ganz oben. Ich glaube, Ne, die Krähe. Wenn es ein Adler gewesen wäre, cool gewesen. Aber die Krähe, nee. Dann eher den Bär.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Ach du liebe Güte. Wo machen wir das jetzt hin? Mal gucken. Das ging jetzt irgendwie schnell. Ach so, ich darf das selber machen. Ja, wenn, dann muss das schon hier so auf den Oberarm. Ja, da passt das hin. Ach du Scheiße. So, Tattoo gemacht. Jetzt müsste es auch einen Erfolg geben.
Alright, I'm ready, Tony.
Da ist er. Red-at-tat-tat. Red-at-tat-tat. Geht's dafür? Ja, ja, genauso würde ich auch schreien wahrscheinlich.
This looks great.
Yeah, I'm glad you like it.
Hey, thank you, Tony. Appreciate you.
Anytime, man.
Ja, habe ich ein Tattoo. Und einen Erfolg abgesahnt. Und jetzt gehen wir nochmal, bevor es dann wirklich losgeht, kurz ins Tonstudio. Denn am Ende der letzten Folge wurde uns ja gesagt, da können wir mal wieder vorbeischauen. Vielleicht gibt es ja dann noch was Interessantes zu entdecken. Vielleicht kann man da selber ein bisschen Musik produzieren oder so. Mich interessieren ja auch immer so diese Sightseeings in der Kampagne. Also schauen wir mal im JBL-Studio vorbei. So. Tatsache, ich kann da scheinbar selber Spaß haben. Mal gucken. Was kann man da machen jetzt? Ach du Scheiße. Was ist das denn hier? Ah, guck mal, da geht überall was hier. Ah, ne, das hat nicht gepasst. Nochmal. Lass wir noch machen. Das ist ja eine lustige Spielerei. Aber wir haben für sowas keine Zeit. Wir müssen Basketball spielen. Aber dass man sowas einbaut in so ein Spiel, ist schon eine lustige Idee, muss man jetzt mal ganz ehrlich sagen. Übrigens, wenn ihr selbst NBA 2K18 spielen wollt, dann schaut mal in die Videobeschreibung, da gibt es einen Link, wo ihr das Spiel besonders günstig bekommt. Es lohnt sich wirklich, das Spiel ist grandios, hat einen riesen Umfang. Die Karriere, die ihr seht, ist nur ein ganz kleiner Teil davon, was das Spiel alles bietet. Also Preis-Leistungs-Verhältnis passt und jetzt habe ich genug Werbung für dieses großartige Spiel gemacht, aber ich bin einfach davon überzeugt und jetzt wünsche ich euch viel Spaß bei der ersten Hälfte gegen die New York Nets.
Any personal goals you have for this year?
Yeah, definitely. Definitely being starting an all-star game, being first team all NBA, MVP talks obviously, and winning as many games as possible and getting the playoffs.
The NBA is definitely expanding around the world and getting really popular in a lot of other countries. Is there one country that you've been to already where you feel like you have the most fan love?
Definitely Denmark.
Okay.
I went to Denmark last summer, and
That's random.
Denmark was amazing. I love the people out there. They showed me a lot of love out there, and I would definitely go back.
Is there any country that you haven't been to that you really want to hit?
China.
Okay.
China for sure.
Big basketball
Yeah.
culture there.
Definitely would love to go to China.
And recently you have also been named as an ambassador to the Special Olympics. Yeah, tell us about that.
Yeah, I've been working with the Special Olympics since my first year in the league. Every All-Star weekend I go and coach the Special Olympics basketball, and they asked me to be the ambassador for the Special Olympics. So I was really excited for that because I love being.
It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
This is 2K Sports. Ernie Johnson here, joined by the great Shaquille O'Neal and the equally great Kenny the Jet Smith. And it is Clipper basketball tonight as the Los Angeles Clippers go up against the Brooklyn Nets. Looking at the Nets, they're sitting at 500 over the last 10 games, kind of treading water. They'd really like to make a splash over the next few games. And with All-Star Week almost upon us, people getting ready for the excitement. But Kenny, for teams on hot streaks, does this actually come at a bad time? Is, hey, we don't want to stop playing.
No, you never like to stop, honestly, Ernie, when the momentum is being positive, but you need a break, and this is truly a great break, so it shouldn't hurt too much.
And for these teams on the cold streaks, Ernie, they welcome the break. Mental reset for the second half of the year is desperately needed.
You talk about a mental reset desperately needed. Look right here, boys and girls.
You took a
Look
shot
right
at Shaq?
here.
Did you just take a shot at Shaq?
I shot at both of you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I blocked mine. At least I caught it.
We take you courtside. Thanks for joining us.
Russell, what's up, man?
What's up, DJ?
Hey, they warned me about you, bruh.
Word?
Hey, you got any advice, one young buck to another?
Yeah, gotta get in the gym right away.
For real?
Yeah, for sure.
Like weights and stuff?
All of that, you know what I'm saying? Really, the weights is where it's at. You kind of look soft.
Hold up, bruh. I'm trying to find who you talking to.
Man, the eye test is really what gets you over the hump in this league, and you kind of, it's a little suspect right now.
No, you a little suspect
I'm just helping you out. I'm just helping you out, that's all.
No. Focus on that game tonight.
All right, shit, we gonna see.
Yeah, we gonna see.
For sure.
Tell him sit down. Be humble. 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 Sit down.
From Brooklyn, New York, and the home of the Nets, we're broadcasting live from Barclays Center. This is Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and on the sideline, David Aldridge. Today's game continues this Brooklyn Nets homestand. These guys facing good ball clubs and will continue to over the upcoming stretch of games, even more critical to notch a win in this one.
And it's going to be a tough stretch of games here coming up. I know they're excited for it, and it's going to serve as a real benchmark for this group to find out exactly where they are in this league.
And now, before we get to the tip-off, let's find out what Kenny Atkinson had to share with our David Aldridge. David.
Well, guys, he has an admiration for what he called the intelligent, efficient offense played by today's opponent. He told me that the thing about this team is that they are so good at identifying the weak spots in an opponent, and they come at you in multiple ways depending on where those weak spots are. He said, we've got to be ready for everything. It's pretty tall order. Guys?
Thank you, David. Hey, Smitty, when you get this far into the season, we see more teams having to deal with the occasional back-to-back game. Just how hard is it to play 2 nights in a row?
It's extremely hard. You have to be on top of your game, like you say, and for night in and night out for a back-to-back. And what makes it also hard is the opponent and also the amount of travel. Sometimes you're getting in at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. You got to turn around and play again. You just haven't been enough time to recover. That's when you have a deep roster. Those guys can help.
People don't realize back in the day there were 4 and 5 days, 5 and 7 days, and those are tough.
Those were extremely tough.
All right, let's set the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. All fueled up and ready to go. Taking a look at Los Angeles. The heart of the team at the 4 and the 5, Griffin and Jordan. Austin Rivers is out there with DJ, and it's Gallinari in at the 3 spot. Shot clock at 6. Count it.
And maybe not the most explosive athlete, but Russell has the ability to change pace and knows when to be aggressive.
Now here's Jordan. DJ kicks to Gallinari. Now the pass to DJ. Clippers moving the ball around. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. Jordan trying to free himself up. Kept alive. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. And Brooklyn has possession. Defeated by the Pelicans in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And with your defense, one part's your ability, the other, though, is effort, and that one they showed neither.
Also, they were late with their rotations for most of the evening. Gave up a lot of easy points.
And slam dunk by Jordan.
That's how you play the game. Draw 2 defenders, kick it out to the wide open man for a bucket.
And here are the Nets. Here's Russell. 20 points for him last game against New Orleans. Hit by Mozgov and out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
No clue where that pass was going. That is a brutal turnover.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Jordan, the pass to Griffin. Brooklyn with the rebound.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And the foul called on DJ. That's his first foul. And Booker kicks to Carroll. Back to Booker. Over Gallinari. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. Booker's got his first bucket in this one.
Boy, can he finish in the paint. That's one thing we know he's good at.
Rivers kicks to Griffin. The shot off that time. Good D by Booker.
You know, the offense has just looked out of sync. Only 1 of 5 from the field.
Mozgov, a screen on Rivers. Here's Russell. And he banks in the layup.
You see the game plan is working already. 4 straight makes to start this one.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Gallinari dishes to Griffin. Feeds it to DJ. He kicks it to Jordan. 6 on the shot clock. From downtown, the Clippers keep it alive. Griffin doesn't go that time.
Ooh, that's the one when you watch the film back, he's going to cringe. He couldn't ask for a better opportunity.
And the foul called on DJ. That'll be his second foul of the game. Patrick Beverly, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Here's LeVert, coming in off a 12-point game his last outing. Picked by Mozgov. Out to the wing. Shot clock at 5. Tries again. A nice shot by Booker.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Pass to Rivers. He feeds it to Griffin. Over Booker, and Griffin scores. The assist by Rivers.
I love the effort by Blake Griffin down on the block, making it look very easy.
You have to give a lot of credit to Austin Rivers for how he has improved since his rookie season.
And one big reason for Rivers earning his spot is his improved efficiency. Had trouble shooting from the mid-range and out early on, and worked on that part of his game, which opened up everything else for his skill.
Such a hounding defender. Beverly timing the steal and initiating the break.
Brooklyn leading by 4. And here's Russell. He's someone who's a factor on any given night, averaging more than 22 points a game. A nice shot by LeVert.
This is as good as it gets for a first quarter in terms of shooting the basketball.
Now here's Rivers. And Gallinari kicks to Griffin. Back to Gallinari. Jordan sets the pick for Gallinari. Another one falls for the Clippers.
Even though Gallinari's not a high flyer, his height helps from mid-range.
Booker outside. Russell against Beverly. A nice shot by LeVert. LeVert's got 5.
I'll tell you, even though he's a question mark from range, you still have to defend him.
Beverly against Russell. And Beverly kicks to Rivers. He's looking for Griffin and finds him. Takes the alley-oop pass and dunks it down.
Yet another way Griffin beats you. Great body control going up over the top.
Pass to LeVert. Stolen by Rivers. Oh, and here comes Rivers all alone.
What a luxury to have Griffin as a power forward, been able to pass the basketball from that power forward position.
Outside, Russell. There's the feed to Booker. Passes it to LeVert. Pocket 6. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Clippers trail by 3. Here's Rivers. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And so many great young players around the NBA right now. Steve, if you were starting a franchise, who would you look to build around?
I mean, there's some guys. I mean, Anthony Davis, Karl Anthony Towns. Joel Embiid is one of those guys I think has a chance to be a superstar. There's so many guys. Giannis Antetokounmpo for sure. And I think a guy, a name I'm going to throw out there, Devin Booker. I think one day he's going to get a chance to be a franchise player.
His dad played in the league. You're right. That's a good name to keep track of. And he makes the first, but misses the second.
The Clippers with another early playoff exit last season. You still have to like the core of this team. Window might be closing, but they're always competitive.
Russell passes to Mozgov, and Mozgov throws it down.
And just showing great vision there. Russell surveys the floor and whips it to the open man.
Gallinari dishes to Griffin. Up and in on the layup. Griffin's got 6 points. And Steve, tough to lose Chris Paul, but what do you like with this new roster in Los Angeles with the Clippers?
Well, Kevin, they did sign Danilo Gallinari. That gives them some size and shooting on the perimeter. They added depth in the backcourt without Chris Paul. They added Patrick Beverly and others. They'll look to do it by committee.
Clippers trail by 4. Gallinari outside. Griffin kicks to Gallinari. Jordan the screen. Left side, Griffin. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in. He's got 8.
DeAndre knows his role. He is going to use that big body to set screens for his teammates.
Outside, Russell. And the pass to LeVert. From downtown, that's good for his 3rd bucket. Now 3 for 6 from the field.
A good screen made all the difference. It led to an open look.
Gallinari outside. Here's Griffin. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. One of the most impressive things about Blake Griffin is great when he gets out and runs the open floor.
Yeah, not to mention his ability to run the break himself. A terrific ball handler, even under pressure, and one of the best passers at the 4 in the league, if not the best.
First free throw is good.
Blake Griffin, the former Oklahoma Sooner, has done a nice job in this league. We understood his athleticism coming out of college, but he's added so much to his game.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Montrezl Harrell, he's checked in for Jordan. Wells comes in for Gallinari. Williams, he's checked in for Austin Rivers. And Teodosic subbed in for Patrick Beverly. Blake Griffin hits them both. And the Nets adding their own G League affiliate, the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, and the Nets franchise originally, remember, based in Long Island. So nice to have that homecoming. And of course, with young talent development, so critical for this Nets organization. Having that minor league team in close proximity, very valuable.
Kilpatrick, offensive rebound. Mozgov's shot is off.
In over his head on the layup attempt there. Too much defensive pressure.
Lynn with the steal. In transition, here come the Nets. And he pings it home with one hand.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
Oh, Griffin in position. And then Griffin with the dunk.
He's scoring down low. He's shooting from the perimeter. And we know he's dunking a lot of them. Griffin is doing it all.
Hit by Mozgov. Kilpatrick passes to Lynn. Got a hand on it. Here's Teodosic. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change.
My goodness. Save that one. I want to see that again.
Me too. Just absolutely beautiful. Pass to Hollis Jefferson. Hit by Mozgov. The 11-footer. No good on the shot. A bit long that time. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Lynn against Williams. Shoots over Lynn. Here's Harrell. It's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
The Clippers have gone 3 of 4 at the free throw line tonight. Tied up with that one. And the rise of the analytics movement in basketball, Steve, hard to miss over the last 5 or 6 years. You can't read a story without a writer, without a broadcaster referring to some kind of number, analytic term, or an angle to a story. Teams incorporating a more scientific approach. How do you like it?
You know, Kevin, I love it, especially when you're evaluating guys coming out of college to the pro game. So much when guys use it just 100% to how to coach the game, teach the game, draft players. I still think all sports is a game of feel. And when you're out on that court, I'm not looking at saying this guy shoots from here because he's capable of doing other things. I think a little bit, low dosage of it, but more importantly, I want guys to know how to play the game from a field.
Here's Wells after Jeremy Lin's bucket. Here's Teodosic. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. 6 on the shot clock. Harrell setting the pick for Williams. From the line, he can't get that one to fall. And Brooklyn will come the other way. And this is the first season matchup for them against this Clippers team.
Interconference showdown. You love to see clubs that don't play each other often go head-to-head.
I like it. East versus West. This is a very intriguing matchup.
And count it, the shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
And the towering presence of Mozgov, most effective doing damage inside.
First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
Mind the lanes. Mind the lanes. One shot.
That's good for Mozgov.
And how about the big Russian, Timofey Mozgov, a good, solid contributor when healthy.
Outside Williams. 1:27 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Kilpatrick. 8 points his last outing. There's Lynn with the 3. Rebound by Williams. Clippers trail by 4. Down low, here's Reed. Fouled in the act of shooting. A 3-point play chance coming up.
Though he has a score-first mindset, Williams not a bad setup man.
And of course, for the Nets, I mean, they won't control their own first-round pick until 2019. There's going to be some losing along the way with not much reward.
And Greg, the Nets trading away the better part of a decade worth of draft picks when they went all in back in 2013 and 2014.
Yeah, going for vets like Darren Williams and Gerald Wallace, Paul Pierce, and of course KG. But unfortunately, all past their prime. You know, that team only able to get to the second round, and boy, what a heavy price to pay for so little success in the postseason.
And the 3 off target. The Nets with the lead. It's tipped. .29 seconds left to play in the first quarter. Here's Teodosic. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Bucket is good.
And a lot of scoring here early on. This is the type of game the fans love to see.
I love it. Really, both teams running plays that fit the personnel, going back and forth.
Outside, Lynn. With 4 seconds on the clock, and that's 2 points on the layup. Lynn's got 6 points.
Even with the defense all over him, Lynn buries the J. Outstanding concentration on those kinds of shots.
We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here.
Don't miss the action. Your favorite NBA superstars are here to compete in a showcase of the league's top talent. It's the NBA All-Star Game.
Austin Rivers, father Doc, is the head coach, of course, of the Clippers, and he talked about what it's like to play for his dad.
And I think it's because we've always had that type of relationship where he's always kind of just been a father/coach. So now he's a coach at work and off the floor, he's a father.
Always an entertaining dynamic when you have a father coaching a son. We've seen it in college basketball a few times in the past, most recently at UCLA, but this is a first in the NBA.
It looks like it doesn't make any difference in the case of Doc and Austin Rivers. He's just one of the Clippers, and Doc doesn't treat him any differently.
And off we go, a close game now starting the second quarter. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
Hustling on that offensive glass, that's led to a number of second chance points.
A fundamental part of basketball, taking advantage of guys who fail to block out.
Mozgov is out there with Hollis Jefferson. Then it's Jeremy Lin. Then it's Alan Crabb. And it's Kilpatrick in at the shooting guard position. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. Bucket is good. Kilpatrick's got the game tied up here for Brooklyn.
Crafty move. He recognizes the size disadvantage, and the mid-range is close enough.
Right. No reason to take it all the way to the rack. Instead, take what the defense allows.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, DJ in the last matchup against the 76ers was a revelation. He scored 35 points, and that scoring outburst set a new season high for him in what became a great exhibition on his part. The numbers in that game make me anxious to see what he can do tonight. Kevin?
Hey, David, thanks very much. He's one of those players who can do remarkable things on any given night, in any given game. That was a special game he played.
And it wasn't just the performance, guys, but really his preparation. He knew the right way to attack in every situation.
And that was the beauty of it. His ability to read and react to whatever they threw at him.
Reed dishes to DJ. That shot, no good. Some solid defense there from Lynn. We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. Five on the clock. Here's the floater. They recover it. The Clippers in the lead. DJ kicks to Reed. From down in the low post, it goes. Reed's got 5 now.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Hit by Mozgov. Here's Lynn. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass.
And there's a certain art to blocking shots without fouling. DJ with perfect timing. This is what these perimeter plays are designed to produce. Quality looks for spot-on shooters.
Outside Williams. Shoots from the right block. Tried to bank it in, but he misses. Nets have gone 50% from the floor in the second quarter, 3 of 6. There's Crabb with the 3. The offensive rebound. There's Hollis Jefferson. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
I'll tell you, there's no quit in him when it comes to the offensive glass.
DJ kicks to Well. Williams for 3. And again, Los Angeles with the triple.
Yeah, the D with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
Crabb with the ball. Williams picks him up. Crabb the pass to Kilpatrick. Got a hand on it. And they're running. From 20 feet out, the putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. Reed's got the lead up to 3 now for the Clippers.
That is really good work there on the offensive glass.
Brooklyn's gone 1 or 2 on 3-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Pass to Kilpatrick. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Smitty, as an NBA player, you got to travel all over the country and see just about every major metro area in the nation. When you were playing, you were doing all that traveling, which city did you always look forward to playing in the most?
You know, Kevin, I thought it was Miami when I left Miami because I had the friends. And let me be honest, the weather and getting a chance to go back to the restaurants. But I think the energy and the basketball knowledge of the fans just walking around is New York City. You have great conversations with people at a deli, all around the city of New York, and then playing in the Mecca. New York was my favorite place.
And they made you feel appreciated there, whether they despised you because you were good and were going to hurt the Knicks, or you were playing for New York and they could cheer you on. Am I right?
Yeah, you're totally right. The one thing they did, Kevin, like you said, playing well or not, or rooting for you or not, they always told you the truth.
Here's what Brooklyn's going with right now. Trevor Booker, he's checked in now for Mozgov. Tamari Carroll comes in for Rondé Hollis-Jefferson. Levert's checked in for Alan Crabb. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Jeremy Lin. And he makes both free throws.
Taking advantage at the charity strike like he always does. Terrific touch.
The dish to DJ. And he drops in the layup off the glass. DJ's got 8 here in the quarter.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Russell dishes to Carroll. Back to Russell. Booker outside. Good, and the assist goes to Russell. Booker's got 8.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
For 3. Rebounded by the Nets.
Boy, this is rough on him. He wants to help out the team, which is playing well otherwise, but his shot just isn't there.
Here's Kilpatrick. Off target from three-point range. Los Angeles has gone 3 of 4 with the long-range bombs here in the second quarter. Reed kicks to Jordan. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. And the Clippers lead by 3.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Russell with it. Here's Kilpatrick. And it's Reed pulling it down.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get many looks better from that range.
DJ passes to Reed. It's a nice passing here by Los Angeles. And Gallinari kicks to Beverly. And slam dunk by Jordan.
And any lob to Jordan is about as sure a thing as you can get. So athletic for a big with tremendous hands, and big fella knows how to get in prime position for those alley-oop feeds.
Pass to Levert. Booker is screen on Gallinari. Here's Levert. Gallinari covering. Russell from long range. Sinks the three-pointer. He's got 7.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
And Beverly kicks to Gallinari. He dishes it to DJ. From deep three-point range, they get the rebound.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Nets trail by 4. Kicks it to Russell. And it's blocked by Jordan.
DeAndre Jordan is a force on defense. Tough to finish when he's lurking.
And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gallinari. And some great passing here so far. Let's check out this chart that breaks down where the assists have been coming from for Los Angeles.
This backcourt is really shouldering the load in terms of the ball movement and great assists. When you look at the overall contributions compared to the bigs, nice work on distributing the ball.
Brooklyn's gone 2 of 4 from three-point range so far in the second quarter. Beverly against Russell. And the pass to Kilpatrick. Shot from 12. Misses off the left iron.
I mean, he's struggling, hitting a low percentage of his shots this quarter.
Got that bucket in no time at all. Now it's a 7-point Clipper lead.
A consistent shooter. Gallinari can light the tree from deep.
Now, here is Russell. He has 7. And again, no good by Brooklyn. DJ dishes to Jordan. Beverly wide open. And again, it's the Clippers from deep.
And what it looks like now, guys, their confidence is growing, and so is this lead.
But they can't just sit back and enjoy it. They need to keep up the momentum.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn.
Well, the last few seasons haven't been easy for the Clippers. They've had some of their best teams, but are clearly a cut below from contending with the other heavy hitters in the West. You wonder if the window has closed on this team.
And the Clippers would look to stay in the picture, stay the course. You don't tear down a 50-win team.
You know, that's a hard decision, but they'll have to reevaluate with this new roster. It's a reshuffle, not a rebuild, but the West not getting any easier.
And the Clippers making a change here. Griffin's checked in.
And a quick look at the numbers for D'Angelo Russell. 15th in scoring, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think.
His lack of consistency with his shot tonight has held them back.
And no doubt they've been the more efficient team in this first half.
Because they've been patient, they're finding good shots. That's why they've hit a much higher percentage from the floor.
They set the pick. Will it go? That one's not going to go. So the Clippers will take it the other way. They're coming off that win against Philadelphia.
And look, it's always tough to win on the road. You've got to go in with the right mindset, and they did.
They were the aggressors that night, relentless in their approach, especially scoring the basketball.
Teodosic is checked in for Patrick Beverly. Outside, Russell. Pass to Kilpatrick. A floater, and it's blocked by Jordan.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change.
You know, he had a hot start to this game. He's only gotten hotter. We'll see if the defense makes an adjustment.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn.
And over the course of the Nets franchise history, some interesting decisions. I mean, back in the 90s, they came very close to changing the team name to the Swamp Dragons. I think I'm just going to leave that one right there.
So, Greg, how close were the Nets to being the Swamp Dragons anyway?
Well, it needed a unanimous vote of all the teams to change it, but there was one vote against it. The Nets themselves voted against the change, and they had 7 owners who rotated voting duties, and the one on deck got cold feet.
And we can look quickly at a group of rookies having a very good run, the top scoring first-year players in the NBA for the past 10 games. DJ, number 1.
That's just an impressive scoring run. And, guys, I don't think he's done. He's got a lot more where that came from.
Here's Russell. Their offense, stone cold. Another miss there. The shot. Here's Griffin. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup. Griffin's got 16.
Nice job of using angles by Blake Griffin. Understand where the basketball was coming off the rim. Went, got it, and put it back.
Russell passes to Carroll. Pass to LeVert. Shot clock at 6. Dishes to Carroll. High arcing shot. And it's DJ with the rebound.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Griffin against Booker. Oh, Griffin in position. And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Chemistry at its best. An unreal alley-oop.
Yeah, though, you're right. The pass, the catch, the dunk. All of it perfect. Nets trailed by 19. they've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Kilpatrick, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. It's going to be on DeAndre Jordan. Well, like so many teams in the NBA, Steve, the Clippers have also acquired the right to run an NBA G League team this season. Always a move that helps the NBA franchise long term.
Yeah, it does. And for the Clippers who have an older group, it makes a lot of sense. Get more minutes for their young draftees to develop. Definitely a big plus for the Clippers going forward.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him.
After having no trips to the free throw line in the first period, he's being much more aggressive now.
Austin Rivers, he's checked in for the Clippers. And so he hits both.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Here's Teodosic. He's guarded by Russell. And stolen by Russell. And now Russell pushing it up. No one back to stop him. Drops in the breakaway layup. Russell's got 9.
Yeah, multi-dimensional score. Hard to match up with Russell in that kind of space.
Feeds to Gallinari. Jordan the screen. Gallinari wide open. Tips it up. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. He's got 12.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
There's the pick. Passes to Kilpatrick. There's the triple. Jordan with the rebound. Jordan's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
And another miss. Ooh, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And Russell gets it to go.
Not letting his team down. He's been very strong. He just needs a little help from his teammates.
Jordan the screen. Rivers kicks to Griffin. Now Rivers. 9 points last game. Back to Griffin. Shoots over Carroll. And good. Got the friendly bounce off the right side of the rim. And that's 20 points for Blake Griffin. Russell dishes to Carroll. And here's Russell. 11 points in the game. There's a good screen. Here's the teardrop. And it's blocked by Jordan. An even 3-on-3 break. And Griffin slams it in.
You have to be a solid defender with Blake Griffin. You can't body him up because he'll go through you. Can't give him too much room because he'll knock it down.
Here's Kilpatrick. 8 points for him. And there's the pass to LeVert. Can't drop the tough three-pointer. And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 19-point advantage heading into the next quarter. Trailing to start the quarter, they battled hard and pulled off a tremendous comeback. Now enjoying the lead. And we'll be right back after this.
Ja, wir sind bald zurück, nämlich morgen. Wir gucken noch kurz auf die Halbzeitanalyse. Ja, das erste Viertel von mir, da habe ich ja nur 3 Minuten gespielt. Da hat er mich dann runtergenommen. Ist auch ganz klar, warum. Ich habe einfach einen Mist zusammengespielt im ersten Viertel. Unfassbar. Ich habe es selbst nicht verstanden. Im zweiten Viertel lief es dafür umso besser. 11 Punkte, 3 Rebounds, 2 Assists, 1 Block. Ich habe noch nie einen Block richtig hinbekommen. Da war ein perfekter dabei. Allerdings muss man auch sagen, dass leider Gottes 3 Fouls da sind. Da habe ich mich auch schon tierisch aufgeregt. Es ist gut, dass ich das Mikro nicht unten hatte. Da habe ich echt geflucht wie ein Rohrspatz, was einfach unnötig war. Na gut, wir führen auf jeden Fall jetzt relativ deutlich. Nach dem ersten Viertel haben wir dann doch mal ein bisschen Gas gegeben. Im ersten Viertel, da haben wir ja echt Probleme gehabt. Aber ich bin optimistisch, dass das eine tolle zweite Hälfte wird. Und ob es das wird, das seht ihr morgen. Wenn euch das Video gefallen hat, lasst einen Daumen hoch. Da ihr dürft auch sehr, sehr gerne kommentieren. Und wenn ihr uns noch nicht abonniert habt, dann abonniert uns doch einfach. Vergesst aber nicht, die kleine Glocke neben dem Abonnieren-Button zu klicken, denn nur dann bekommt ihr alles mit, was auf unserem Kanal so abgeht. Tut auch nicht weh, da drauf zu klicken. Und wenn euch NBA 2K18 gefällt, dann schaut doch mal in die Videobeschreibung. Da gibt es einen Link, wo ihr das Spiel besonders günstig kaufen könnt. Außerdem für News, Tipps und Tricks, immer wieder Gewinnspiele, schaut mal bei uns auf Facebook vorbei. facebook.com/dzfmgaming. Den Link dazu findet ihr übrigens auch nochmal im Kanalbanner unten rechts. Da ist es auch nochmal verlinkt. Da braucht ihr nur draufklicken, da braucht ihr das nicht eintippen. Und für heute war es das. Wir sehen uns morgen wieder. Im Abspann könnt ihr jetzt auf die linke Seite des Bildschirms klicken für Tipps aus dem Kanal, auf die rechte Seite für die komplette NBA 2K18 Playlist und in der Mitte, da könnt ihr uns abonnieren. Und ich sage Tschüss und macht's gut. Bis morgen.